This is the Ryder and Lisa podcast.
Brought to you by Yegg Property Pros. Powered by Real Broker. Get a realtor who knows. Call the pros.
Kids are expensive. We know that. That's always been the case. I feel like now more than ever, though, like the demands that kids have for the things that they think they need.
Yeah, I love the ongoing frustration of parents that get upset when their kids love raspberries because they're so expensive for the smallest little container. It's like $8 and the kids will eat it in one sitting.
Yeah, it's an expensive snack. It's like lobster.
Yeah.
If your kid's really into
It's so
lobster.
Can you imagine?
My daughter is just hell-bent that she get new Pit Vipers, the sunglasses.
Yeah,
And
they're all the rage right now with kids.
I feel like within a year, those things will just be collecting dust.
Oh, she won't wear them.
Maybe for ball.
But also just get some knockoffs. They all look the same.
Oh, she got some, but those weren't enough.
Oh.
Now it's every time we drive by a store that looks, or walk by a store that looks like it might have Pit Vipers,
She's got to go look.
she brings it up. Yeah.
How much are those?
It's probably about $70 would be my guess for
Okay.
kid ones, maybe 60.
Yep.
And eventually she'll win this battle, I'm sure. But growing up, I never won the battle in situations like that. I had to use golf clubs that my dad had bought for my mom for their anniversary. My mom hated golf. Nice work, Dad. And until I could afford my own golf clubs, those are the ones I used. So for my entire teenage years, I was rocking clubs that were called Flying Ladies, which you can imagine was a reason for all of my buddies to make fun of me. Hot pink Flying Lady golf clubs.
You got to do what you got to do to get out there, though.
Felt extra awesome when I'd kick their ass with them.
There
you
you
know?
go. There's a video that's gone viral of a son playing on his slow pitch team. What would you call
It's
that?
a baseball team.
It's a
and
baseball team.
Actually, it looks like it's the whole team that the moms decided to do this budgeting tip. We're going to get to that coming up in a few minutes.
Wait, the whole team is rocking these?
Yeah. It's like the moms collectively decided what they were going to make the kids use instead of dropping a bunch of money on something. But yeah, we'll break that down coming up. It's a very funny story. We want to hear from you as well, though, whether you were a kid and your parents pulled a sweet budgeting move, or maybe you've done it to your kid and like refused to pay for the full price, just use this instead type thing. Sweet parental budgeting move. There is a video that we watched of a kid's ball team, and instead of the parents agreeing to spend $70 on sliding gloves, now those weren't even a thing when I was a kid, but they just protect your fingers if you're sliding head first into a base so you don't break a finger. And they make it so that you don't end up getting like rug burn or shale burn, I guess, on your palms. $70 is ridiculous for something like that, though. So all the moms on this ball team just agreed that their kids would use dollar store oven mitts instead.
Which are actually quite sturdy, by the way.
They do the exact same thing. Like, it's actually fairly brilliant. It's hilarious, these kids running around, and they all got oven mitts hanging out the back of their ball pants.
And I bet the parents are just having a blast filming this on the side, and then it goes viral. And these kids are
So
probably like, Mom, quit posting me on the internet. But you're right. If it does the same thing and it's a $2 purchase versus...
Yeah, a 70?
Yeah.
Like, insane.
Yeah, very smart.
So we're asking you if you ever had parents, or maybe you are the parent, that pulled a sweet budgeting move. When your kids wanted something, you gave them something else. And it does feel like it's changed a bit. Like, I went to a big basketball tournament over the weekend, a kids' basketball tournament.
Yep.
Watching my buddy's kid play. And all of the kids have, like, elite sneakers.
Yeah, like $200.
Like, there was one kid with, like,
shoes.
$900 Kobe's on.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
How?
When I was that age, I used to play basketball in rubber boots.
Yeah, your mom would like glue on a little Nike swoop.
Or whiteout. Just a quick swoosh. Anyway, it was insane to see all these kids. So I don't know if it happens as much. The art is almost lost.
Well, there's so many good knockoffs now that I wouldn't know the difference between, like you said, your daughter really wants a pair of Vipers.
Yeah.
Her wearing a knockoff pair, to me, I wouldn't know the difference. We got this text from Carly, and it says, I have a funny story. When I was a kid, parents had the means to get by, but I was not spoiled. One year for Christmas, they made this fake list and told me not to look at it. And then they went out, and of course, I think they knew I would look at it. Snuck a look. At the time, I was obsessed with Terry's chocolate oranges. So they had a list of things that they wanted to buy me. And so they wrote chocolate orange, too expensive. And they scratched it out. And beside it, they wrote a real orange. So, that's so cute. What a fun memory, too. I wonder, like, do you think her parents knew that even all these years later, that's such a cute memory?
And I would imagine there ended up being a chocolate orange in there in the mix somewhere. But yeah, that is pretty funny.
What are your stories of just budgeting things your parents did or something you do as a parent with your kids right now? We'd love to hear from you. I love that your daughter, we've convinced her that the dollar store chocolates are better than the name brand ones because it's insane. Like, why is a Mars bar $4.50 now? Whereas there's the exact same chocolate bar at the dollar store for $1. Yeah, 50 cents.
Yeah, they taste good too.
They taste, well, you just convince them that it tastes the same. You're
just
like,
unwrap it first.
Yeah, it's all.
Put it in a Ziploc. Yeah, no, this was a Mars. What's your sweetest frugal parenting move?
Yeah.
Maybe it was done to you when you were a kid. Your parents were on a budget or just refused to buy you that thing you demanded. What did they go with instead? We want to hear all your stories.
Nikki wrote in saying, my dad used to keep the name brand bottles like Heinz ketchup and French's mustard and buy the store brand to refill so my brothers and I wouldn't complain about the cheap stuff.
Awesome.
And we got a similar text. My dad, I caught him pouring store brand cereal into the name brand cereal boxes one morning. That is brilliant. Come on.
It is.
It really is.
It's not far off us talking about those chocolate bars from the dollar store, like loading up on those.
Yeah, and then just taking off the wrapper.
Yeah.
They taste the exact same. Kim wrote in saying, we never got new bedroom furniture as kids. My dad would just take our old stuff, go out into the garage, sand it down, and then paint it some ungodly combination of colors. His choice. Usually things like yellow and brown. Thanks, Dad.
The best.
The best.
What do you got for us, Carly?
So I wanted tearaway Adidas pants back in the early 2000s, and my parents couldn't afford them. So my mom took a pair of, like, my black sweatpants that were actually tapered at the bottom and cut them and, like, installed snaps down them.
I was gonna say, I wonder if they went with Velcro, because that would actually kind of be easy to install.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, but my mom had like one of those embellisher things at home to put snaps in, and she put snaps all the way down the side. I thought I was super cool when I went to school the next day, but they were not okay. So.
That is so cute, though.
Yeah, she was trying so hard.
Valiant effort.
Yes, yeah, it was awesome. I appreciate the effort my parents put into it.
I've been watching another cooking show as of late, and I've decided they inspire me, so I kind of want to recommend this, that if you're feeling a little lazy in the kitchen, try to knock out like a half an hour cooking show before you go grocery shopping, and then like actively try to introduce something that you learned during the cooking show.
Oh, that's interesting.
Top Chef, the latest season that they have posted, which is still a few years old, I think, but it's amazing. Like the amount of things that I'm like, oh, the next time I go to the grocery store, this is it. I'm going to buy fresh ginger.
Absolute opposite of me. As soon as I look up a recipe and it says like, it's a very simple recipe. First, grab your cheesecloth. Nope.
It reminds me a bit of the scene off of Schitt's Creek.
Oh my gosh, that's one of the best TV scenes in history.
David, that's not right.
Okay, well, that's because I'm ladling and stirring at the same time and you're just standing there.
Now is not the time to lose focus, darling.
This was your idea. You're the one who allegedly made the enchiladas.
Yes, so try to keep up. Okay, next. Now's the time to sprinkle in the chili pepper flakes.
We've already done that.
What number are we on?
Oh my God, is this not your mother's recipe?
Yes, and now I'm passing it on to you. So try to keep...
And then they get in an argument about folding
cheese.
it in. Yeah.
She's like, all right, now fold in the cheese, David. And he's like, what does that mean? I don't know, David. Just fold it in. I was making pancakes over the weekend from scratch as per the kids' request, and I was freaking out because I suck at cooking. And even in that recipe, it said to like dig a little hole in the middle of your dry ingredients and pour the wet ones in. I was like, I'm not doing that. I just tossed it all together.
See, if you just follow those simple instructions, though, like things will work out better. That's why you struggle in the kitchen, is because you read a recipe and then go, oh, hell no, not today.
I know. All my girlfriends are like, Lisa, it's literally science. Just follow it. I'm like, I failed science.
I love that you kind of sound like Moira when you start going
Just
off.
fold it in, David.
Brought to you by Out of Bounds Restaurant.
We are joined by Texter 107, Stephanie, ready to win $1,000. You know how the game works, Stephanie?
I do, yeah.
All right. For those that are maybe checking out the show for the first time, Stephanie is going to choose a teammate, either Lisa or myself, who will leave the room and not be able to hear round one. We're going to give her 5 words. She tells us the first word that comes to mind for each with a 25-second timer. We'll invite her teammate back in. They'll play the same game, and for every answer that matches, it's $25. But if all 5 match up, it's $1,000.
Stephanie, who's your teammate?
I'm going to go with Lisa today.
Yay. Okay. Best of luck.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to start the timer after I give you the first word, okay?
Okay, I'm so ready.
Awesome. The first word is onion.
Peel.
Sharpie.
Black.
Push.
Pull.
Right.
Pen.
And beard.
Man. Can I change the onion to skin?
No, I don't think we're, You know what? I think the answer that you gave is almost as good, too. Or even better. I didn't hear what you said when I said Sharpie, though.
Black.
Black?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get Lisa back in here. Sorry, yeah, we've never had anybody ask whether to change or not, but I assume the rules would state no.
Okay. I just had like a moment that I was like, oh.
All right, Lisa's back in the room. For every answer that's right, $25. Hit them all, and it's 1,000. Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
What's the first word that comes to mind when I say push?
Pull. Woo!
We're off and running. Onion.
Stinky.
No, that's not right.
No!
It is stinky though. Yeah.
She said peel.
That's a good answer.
Yeah. Let's go with right.
Oh no, there's 2 words. Left.
That is incorrect. You said hand there, right, Stephanie?
10. I said pen.
10?
10, as in like a pen. And a pen.
Pen.
I think we got to give her another word.
I think so,
Because I had
too.
the wrong right. I meant R-I-G-H-T, and that's what Lisa thought as well.
But like, I feel like Stephanie deserves
yeah.
another chance.
Okay,
with this
beat
one.
it. I'm going to give you...
Okay.
We're going to do one more word. We got to make this fair.
I like it.
Okay. Thank you.
This is why I have extra words sometimes. Okay, your extra word is skeleton.
Closet.
All right. Let's get Lisa back in here.
Better have been an easy one. I'm back.
Okay, we're going with
Right, we've got $25. Let's get to 50. Come on.
Sharpie.
Let's get to 50.
Sharpie?
Mm-hmm.
Marker?
She went with black.
Oh, that's such a good answer.
Beard.
Face.
She went with man.
Really struggling today. Wow.
And skeleton. That was the new word.
Skeleton, bones.
Good answer. She went with closet.
I am so mad. That is such a good answer, too. What a tough round. Stephanie, you still picked up $25.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thanks, Steph. Oh, man. Closet's a good answer.
That was tricky. I thought a few of them were pretty easy, but
Yeah.
I thought onion was definitely going to just be ring.
But also chopped, I was thinking.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Stinky was a terrible answer. Anyway,
What about cry?
no. Next chance to play. We've got a few vacation days coming up. So next Tuesday, I believe, is when we'll be back live with Ryder and Lisa's 1K Wordplay. We do have a buddy coming in to hang out with you while we're gone, but it would be impossible to play solo. So
That's true. Connor with a K is going to be filling in for us, but we're also going to have best of clips on the days that we're off as well. So make sure you're still tuning in.
Are we almost done with Despicable Me?
No, it's barely begun.
Well, you don't kind of resemble the bad guy in it.
Yeah, that must be hard for you.
This is the fourth time I've had to go through this. For the month after it comes out, kids pointing at me at Walmart and being like, Gru!
Look, Mom.
Look, Mom, it's Gru!
Where are his minions, Mommy?
Ugh.
That must suck. Whereas for me, every time there's a new season of Vikings, because Catherine Winnick stars in it,
Oh,
or
please.
Sky or whatever that show is on TV. Yeah, I've been told a couple times. It's not a big deal.
It's not actually.
It is.
Oh, that was a quick change.
Although now that I'm a brunette, I don't get it as much.
No. What would you get now?
Sarah Palin.
She's like 70.
So YouTubers are now able to request to take down AI-generated content that has been created to look or sound like them, according to their new privacy policy rules. Which makes sense. It's kind of terrifying. I'll never forget that Kendall Jenner video on Instagram of her sitting on a couch and talking to the camera and then realizing that wasn't her. Somebody created that. It looked so real. It's terrifying.
Well, and like they're utilizing it. And it's strange to talk about this when we work for a broadcasting company. But
Yeah.
I think in any industry, if you can streamline something and pay less people, you're going to do it. So the fact that you can mimic personalities is terrifying. Like, did you hear what's happening at the Paris Games?
No.
So Al Michaels, who's like the most famous sports broadcaster of all time, is going to be providing post-game updates or post-day updates, I guess, for the Olympics. But it's all AI.
What?
So, like, here's an example of what it'll sound like. You can log in, pick which sports you want to get updates on.
Oh, and it'll just be
and
his
it'll be
voice.
hosted by the guy that has done it for decades. But it sounds like it's live, and it's all AI. It's wild. Here it is.
Ty Kelly, welcome to your daily Olympic recap, your
Get
personal
out.
rundown of yesterday's most thrilling Olympic moments. Since you're a swimming fan, let's head right to the pool.
Oh,
Team
wow.
USA secured a stunning victory.
So obviously somebody clicked, I want to hear the updates about the swimming event.
And it even says your name. Like, it's built for you. It scares the crap out of me.
Yeah, like when I'm gone, I want to just be gone. Like if
Work?
Yeah, like if I perish before you.
Oh, like when you're dead.
Yeah. I know you're going to want to replace me with another Lisa, like an AI generated Lisa, because
Yeah, for sure.
who else could do it?
Totally. That's what I'd ask for. Yeah.
I'm not interested. So sorry.
Okay. No problem. How old does something have to be before you consider it vintage?
50 years old.
50.
I don't know. Even something from the 90s to me would be vintage.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think of like old hockey jerseys. Vintage is 90s to me, I would
Yeah.
say. Not to Apple. They are now classifying their original AirPods, which were launched in 2016, and their iPhone X as vintage.
We got to rename it because vintage to me means it's something cool that Gen Z want.
And I think their goal here is to be like, if that you're still rocking those, it's time for an upgrade.
They should just call it the OG.
Now, that even makes it cooler.
We just got this text. I was watching a show yesterday. The very first iPhone, first generation, sold for $27,000. Sometimes it's important to hold on to things like that in the long run.
Fair enough. What about prehistoric?
No, that's so old.
I was kidding.
The Ryder and Lisa Podcast.
Brought to you by Yegg Property Pros. Powered by Real Broker. Get a realtor who knows. Call the pros.
Play 107.